Tonight on the Studio Review, I'm seeing if a Mountain Dew float is as good as a root beer float. It's time to answer the question, will it float?
Will it float?
Alright, tonight we're trying out an old favorite plus 4 new varieties of the classic soft drink float. We've got a root beer float for the control, a Coke with coffee float, a Mountain Dew original float, a Mountain Dew Code Red float, and a Red Bull float. I'm really excited to try this out, and I think the results might be surprising, so if you stick around, I'll let you know my official recommendation for what float you should try at home. First up, we've got an American favorite, the root beer float. Fortunately, all you need for a float is soda and vanilla ice cream, so this should be relatively straightforward. Cheers. That's good. Just get a scoop of the foam here. Can't argue with a classic. Well, as most of America already knows, that'll float. Next up, it's time to try a float made from Coke with coffee. Now, I've never actually had this on its own, so I'm just gonna take a little sip first. Oh, huh. I don't really know what I was expecting. I will say this, I don't typically drink coffee every day, but I do enjoy like coffee ice cream and stuff. So I'm still holding out hope that this will float. Cheers. So the taste of the coffee definitely overpowers the taste of the Coke. I feel like if you're a fan of Coke with coffee, you might enjoy this, but for me, I'm gonna have to say this doesn't float. Gotta make sure I cleanse my palate. Next up, it's time to see if we can make a float with Mountain Dew Classic. Okay, definitely different than I was expecting. It feels like it's much more fruity than just regular Mountain Dew. Like it feels like I'm eating like a lemon sorbet or like a key lime pie or something. Again, not what I was expecting, but pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and say that Mountain Dew, that'll float. Next, it's time for the one I think I'm most curious about, and that's Mountain Dew Code Red. Ice cream's getting a little melty, just how I like it. By far the most visually appealing of the floats so far. All right, here we go. That's pretty good. Close call. Okay, this one straight up tastes like cherry candy, and I'm here for it. So I'm gonna say Mountain Dew Code Red, that'll float. I kind of forget that I'm drinking like a soda, like it's really, really sweet. Just so different from like a root beer float. And finally, it's time to try to make a float with Red Bull. I forget that the color of Red Bull just looks like straight gasoline. Whew. I think the caffeine's already starting to kick in. Here goes nothing. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It tastes like Red Bull. I've always thought that Red Bull kind of had like a slight bubblegum taste, so I'm picking up hints of that right now. I would say of all of them, the Red Bull kind of meshes with the vanilla ice cream the least. So for that reason, I'm gonna have to say that if you enjoy Red Bull, you should probably just stick to canned Red Bull because it will not float. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna finish it though. Paid good money for this. All right, so as promised, my official recommendation is if you wanna try this at home, I would go with Mountain Dew Code Red. I think it had the best flavor out of all of these, root beer float excluded. But like I said, it wasn't necessarily like a soda float, it was more like a fruit drink, which actually tasted pretty good. I definitely wanna try this again though, so comment below and let me know what soft drink or other beverage you think I should use to answer the question, will it float? Woo, I'm all hopped up on Mountain Dew. All right, well thanks for joining me for a very weird edition of Will It Float. You may have noticed that there was just one segment in this episode, and that's because I'm trying out a new format that will allow me to release episodes twice a week instead of just once. So that means that the next episode will come out this upcoming Wednesday. And I'll still release episodes with the classic 3-segment format every couple weeks. And one last thing, I am less than 200 subscribers away from my goal of 1,000, so you can help me out a ton just by clicking that subscribe button if you haven't already. But most importantly, just remember that even when it doesn't feel like it, it's gonna be okay. I'll see you soon.